Hey, Jen Shenk here, Central Mass Real Estate Broker. I'm here with you today to intro my June 2026 free, local, and fun monthly newsletter. It's always a wide range of random things I feel like writing about over the course of the month, and every month afterwards, I do a huge sigh of relief and then say, damn it, I forgot this story. And then I immediately think of new stories for next month. So in no particular order other than the order they go in the newsletter, and some intro things to talk about. One of the things, my intro picture, you'll see there's 2 napkin rings and a little bunny napkin ring. So that's because I wanted to write a story for this month, but it will be in next month's story. And that story is going to be called More Picnics, because I love picnics. I like sitting outside and visiting and eating. And I recently went on a picnic this week with 2 friends, and one of them is named Bunny. I love talking with Bunny. If you know Bunny, you'll understand. But anyway, I thought it was cute to, in my napkin ring collection, because I do have too many things. I have some Easter napkin rings, and one of them is a bunny. So we went on this picnic, and my job was the chicken salad. And I don't want to brag, but I think my chicken salad is actually the best in the world. I put apples in it, and it's just so good. So it was recommended that I bring the chicken salad to the picnic, and Bunny made homemade sourdough bread, which made for the delicious other half of my chicken salad sandwiches. And then our other friend brought these adorable, they were called like angel something, these little gifts. So kind of like, not Secret Santa, but remember like in elementary school, speaking of that, I have an elementary school reference. In elementary school, you would do like little, what were they called? Not Secret Santa, but maybe Secret Admirer, but not even really. We would give like a week of like dumb little things to our friends. We'd secretly wrap them, and it was fun. But anyway, we 3 of us met up out in the Brookfields. We sat on the town common where there was a nice fountain. We had a wonderful picnic, and I got this cute little plant. Let's see. Kids markets. So I'm going to call this one out early. This is a story that I published this week. I was just running up against so many deadlines. Kids markets, there's one today in Westminster. So today is Sunday, June 7th. So there's a story about it. They're kind of all over the place. They're all over the country, actually, but there's one at Wachusett Brewing today, Sunday, June 7th. So I owe it to my local young entrepreneur who sent me a little snippet of her story of setting up at Kids Market at Wachusett Brewing. So I'll talk about Kids Markets a little bit later. Labor Day tennis is something that I am very involved in Princeton, and I design and sell merchandise for that tournament, which is held the week leading up to Labor Day, with the finals on Labor Day. So if you have any connection to that, and you have a thought about some of the merchandise that I might design and sell this year, I'm open to ideas. I'm thinking of pint glasses this year, and I've got a really cool new shirt that I spied Phil Baird wearing last year, and I found it, and I'm gonna reproduce those. So stay tuned for that. But if you have any ideas for Labor Day merchandise, let me know. Exciting in our family is that our son Maxwell is getting married to his fiancee Christina this month, so congratulations to them. I totally expect that during this video, my phone is going to ring and cut my video out. So I'm just going to like keep talking through it. But I think it's going to be that my friend Joe will see that I'm a notary, and he did post this morning that he needed a notary. So I texted him and said I'm available. I never charge for my notary services. Don't ask me to notarize like an entire real estate transaction, but so many people on weekends, they run out of time during the week, and they will post on the weekends, I need a notary. Who's a notary? Where's there a local notary? And inevitably, even though it's a Sunday and the people have clearly said, I need a notary today, or I need it this weekend, people will say, go to your town hall, visit your bank. Well, I got my notary because I had that happen to me, and I was like, how come there's not more notaries? So now I'm a notary, and my daughter's a notary in case I need a notary. But fun fact, you cannot have a family member notarize anything for you that you have a financial connection to. So, so far, she has not been able to notarize anything for me. Let's see, notary. Okay, random. Well, these beauties, I hate to even tell you this, because then you'll buy them and then they won't be there for me. These are peonies. They're so huge and so beautiful. I have an honor system farm stand. Actually, I don't have the farm stand. Cannot be trusted to plant anything on my road. So I'm going to give you the address, but if you go, you've got to always leave something for me. It's 351 Myrick Road in Princeton. It's right off of Route 140. These were $2 per stem. So this without the vase, I had the vase, $10 right here. They smell delicious. They're wonderful and they're so pretty. But all summer, they've got veggies, flowers. It's just really nice. So that's 351 Myrick. So you'll see in my newsletter, there's 4 photos, 3 vehicles, and some flowers. So it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid watching Sesame Street. Now I'm going to sing that song, and tell me if it makes you sing the song too. I'm not going to sing it. You don't want to hear it. But it's the one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. So we have these 2 adorable grandchildren. Their names are Nixie and Elka. You'll see Nixie's picture in my Ice Cream for Dinner, Yes Please story. They live in New Zealand, and the plan was for them to come back this summer. But truly, the cost of fuel has made flights, international flights, just so expensive. So summer is off the table. The positive of it is that we will see them for Christmas. So that's pretty amazing. But if I'm being truthful, I bought a few things that I have that I need to get rid of because I need to stop looking at them because it makes me sad that they're not coming this summer. So 3 of these things, one of these things are not like the other. Are Power Wheels vehicles. They're not brand new. They've been in my garage for a while. There is an Audi convertible. There is some kind of Jeep. And then there's this like monster truck thing. They all worked at one time or another. I honestly did put them on Marketplace, but people ask so many questions and then they don't show up and everything. And so I put them there. I put them there for sale. 3. I really just don't want to deal with, does this one have a charger? Does this one have a battery? I believe they all have batteries. I think they all have chargers. Maybe there's 2 chargers. But what I would really love is, I'd like to sell them because I did pay for them. But what I'm offering is free to somebody who isn't going to resell them. I don't care if your 2 kids have 3 ride-ons. I don't care if you have 1 kid and they get 3 ride-ons. I just don't want to deal with seeing them anymore. And I don't know which ones need a new battery. I did buy a new battery. I know I bought a charger, but they're all in my garage. They are free and available. If you decide to make a donation, I will donate that money to Neighbors Helping Neighbors, one of my favorite charities that helps people in Westminster. So there's 3 vehicles. They're available now. They're in my garage. They've always been garaged. My car doesn't go in the garage, but these little vehicles do. I don't know if they're officially Power Wheels brand, but there's 3 vehicles, possibly 3 chargers, 3 batteries. They're as is, but they're also free. Okay, so let me get on to some, one more thing. I'm always sitting over here in the corner because what you see is the clean side of my office. So my husband painted this for me for my birthday, and he knows I love funky frames. So this is actually a stone wall on our property and a tree and the hostas. I haven't been out there yet to snip the flowers off the hostas, as all hostas should have their flowers snipped. But I thought that was so thoughtful of him, and also he knows how to paint. So good thing the kids didn't get their art prowess from me. So, okay, stories. Baldwinville Elementary School, formerly Templeton High School. I know my aunt went to Templeton High School, my Aunt Mary. I went to Baldwinville Elementary School, and I'm on the committee. It's called the Princeton Housing Implementation Committee, and our goal is to create housing in Princeton for a range of demographics. One that's particularly near and dear to me is seniors who would love to stay in Princeton, but they're eventually getting, taxed out. They're, house poor, whatever you want to call it. They need a solution to be able to stay in town. And we haven't yet figured out the magic solution in Princeton for that, but we're visiting various other towns, our committee, And one of these that I was very excited to go to was the Baldwinville School Apartments. So, if you know me, you know that I am from Templeton and went to 5 schools in Templeton, if you're counting Mrs. Hubbard's nursery school. So for kindergarten, first, second, fifth, and sixth grade, I went to Baldwinville Elementary School. Very inefficient, and I think I've talked about this before. I say kindergarten 1, 2, 5, 6 because third grade was in a different building in the same complex. It was just a building across the parking lot. That was third grade. And then fourth grade, we went over to Otter River, the Otter River School, which then later became, at least a hawk. By that I mean it could be an eagle, but it's probably a hawk. So Baldwinville Elementary School is now being called Baldwinville School Apartments. I have a lot of notes on it, but basically most of these apartments, they're beautiful. The respect for the old building and then merging it in with a new building is just amazing. The brickwork, the quality of the brickwork on the new part of the building is just like so recognizable as going with the original building. I, of course, was the only one on the Princeton Housing Implementation Committee who also happened to go to Baldwinville Elementary School, so it was fun. But they are affordable apartments. I don't want to quote numbers because I'm not looking at them. The vast majority of these apartments will be reserved for residents of Templeton or connections to Templeton. I think it's like if your kids go to school there, or you work in town, or you live in town. There are a few market rate, but they're mainly affordable. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, as well as studios. It's really impressive. So my committee and I met with the 2, I'll call them construction superintendent guys. We had a tour. It was really fun. It was, I even loved that, what did I say? When we were going up the stairs, like the sound of the stairs, that creaky sound, but they kept the stairs. They're refinishing a lot of the flooring. The bathrooms have tile, adorable tile, but they showed us a 3-bedroom apartment, and just kidding, it was Mr. McDowell's classroom. So if you know somebody who needs an affordable apartment or looking for a market rate apartment, I've got a story about the Baldwinville School Apartments, and there's plenty of links in there to the lottery information, the income guidelines, everything like that. It's just a really nice reuse. I wish Princeton had a building in good condition that we could reuse for something like this, because it's just a really neat project. So I'm excited about that. New local business profile. I cannot tell you how many barbecues I've been to or how many houses I've sold, and I'll say, oh, what a beautiful backyard, or what a beautiful patio, or look at your outdoor kitchen, and oh, Kevin did it. Now, if I didn't know who Kevin was, like, who's this Kevin? Doesn't even have a last name. Well, Kevin is Kevin Young. I don't even know how I know him, but I've known him forever. He has Young Landscapes. They're based out of Hubbardston. They, like, if you drive around on a boat on Wyman Pond, at every beautiful hardscape you see, the answer is Kevin did that. So Kevin also did the patio outside of my office at 107 Main Street in Westminster. And he also recently created a new business called Patio Rescue for people who have patios that maybe used to look nice, or they'd like them to look nice, and they just need something. So I did a Q&A with Patio Rescue, and I'm excited for him to expand out. I think he's a good local business person. By all accounts, I can tell he shows up when he says he's going to. His pricing is fair. His work quality is great. I've just had multiple clients just rave about their experience working with Kevin. Kids markets, that is, I already just mentioned that a little bit. This is for young entrepreneurs, which is not like the mom and dad make the product and the kid sits there and then the mom pushes the kid out of the way to talk to the customers. Oh, look, it's Layla. Hi, Layla. Layla's having a day. So kids markets, the kids actually have to run their little business. I have had a few ventures into youth entrepreneurship, but nobody wanted to buy frog eggs from me and my friend Michelle when we were in 4th grade. So, but these kids are entrepreneurs. This is a nationwide series of events that runs year round, depending on your climate. But today, which is Sunday, June 7th, is Westminster's Kids Market, and it's at Wachusett Brewing Company. So read the story first. And you know I love a good work ethic, so I would way rather see kids off their screens, not causing mayhem for others, and doing something productive, and maybe being grabbed by something that inspires them to do good in life. So about a year ago, I was invited to an informal meeting at somebody's house in Princeton because it was thought that maybe we should have a business association. And I know what you're thinking. How many businesses are actually in Princeton? I want you to guess, because I'll leave a little silence. Think about it. I don't want to hear like 4, 7, 0. We have 110 that we've documented so far. So we're having a launch party on the lawn at the barn, which is on Mountain Worcester Road in Princeton. It's Thursday, June 11th. It's free. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have food. The bar will be open. And basically, if you have a connection to Princeton, whether you're curious about moving to town, you live in town, you have a business, you'd like to start a business, you just want to meet people, you're on a board or committee, anything related to Princeton, if your business has any intersection with people in Princeton, you might want to come to this launch party. We have a website. It's visitprincetonma.org. We are a 501c6 organization, which means we're a nonprofit, and we are membership based. So we spent the year getting organized. We had a wonderful high quality graphic designer make a logo for us, and our website is we have our directory up and running. So check it out. If you think you should be on the directory, use the contact form, reach out, and just please tell your friends to come to our launch party on Thursday, June 11th. I've written many times about my accessory dwelling unit, my in-law apartment at my house. I'm also on the Housing Implementation Committee in Princeton, and I had to hire a plans designer to both design the ADU that I didn't build attached to my old house in Westminster, and for the accessory dwelling unit, in-law apartment, whatever you want to call it, that I currently have in my house that was built inside of my house. So Massachusetts created a law that makes accessory dwelling units allowed by right in most of Massachusetts, just not Boston. And as part of that, some of the feedback they got was, why not make plans available for people? So they had something called the Massachusetts ADU Design Challenge. And a result of that was a gallery of plans that are free for people to use. So I've got some links on there. My thumbnail sketch is my ADU plan. And if you're thinking of adding an accessory dwelling unit to your property, on your property, in your property, that story's worth a read. And within that story, there's also a link to my Are You Considering Multi-Generational Living? Because if you are, there's some things you want to just think about before that. Wachusett Garden Club. I am a member of the Wachusett Garden Club, and they do a great job. They have joined up with the Princeton Arts Society to host a day-long free, which garden tours are not usually free, open map, so anybody can go, and it's a combination of beautiful gardens, artists, I can't pronounce this, plein air, which means like painting out in nature, like as if I went out to my field over here, and these peonies will just pretend they grew in my yard, and I'm out there painting them. That's however you pronounce plein air. So that, I believe, is June 20th. And there's information and links to that. So it's free. You can make donations during any of the locations, but not required. The real estate market. Jay said, I'm busier now than I've ever been. And I don't like the word busy because I can keep busy all day without being productive. But I do feel like I'm more productive right now than I've ever been. It's a ton of buyers, a ton of sellers. I have a really, really good feel-good transaction happening right now. It's not even under agreement yet. I had somebody reach out to me interviewing multiple realtors, and we hit it off. And basically, it was a case of the family had already gone through the house, taken what they wanted. There's only so many things people can just absorb into their life when clearing out an entire house. And everything in the house was good quality, clean. You know, some of it was older style, but beautiful furniture, decor. It just tools, kitchen items, yard things, so many things. And I worked with the sellers to basically like I feel like the caught being good cards, kind of like I have 3 sets of first-time buyers buying houses right now. I invited them in. They're not my clients. I just, with their agents, invited them in. They came in, identified things they'd want to keep, furniture that they could use, you know, like I said, kitchen items, decor, rugs, you name it, all in the name of getting this house ready for sale. And so some of the things I have, and I know that the family's taking, some of the things that are still in the house for photos, people are taking. It's just really nice to have so many deserving people come through and appreciate the items that are in this house. And it just like kind of helps the memory of the people live on. And really nice, I was going to say fun fact, but not fun, but I learned way into this that the house was actually one of my favorite high school teachers. So that just like doubles down on the feel-good nature of it. I'm working with a ton of out-of-state sellers. Some people I've never met and will never meet. I actually met a client after their house was already under agreement. I had even packed up their house, brought boxes over, paid a couple of my daughters to come with me. We packed up this house, anything personal. We basically got it down to what looks like a staged house when it was a lived-in house. And I only met these people when I was there to meet the appraiser, which is slightly awkward, but it went well. So a lot of like out of state, they don't all feel good, but I really appreciate being a resource for people who just trust that I'm going to go in their house. They've never met me. They talk to me. We obviously have contracts. I go in their house. They trust me to do the best job for them. And, you know, I love my Google reviews, and this month's, I only post one a month, but this one just makes me feel really good. And I also, in my real estate market story, talk about it's not my story to tell. When I was buying my house, the listing agent said, hey, somebody was asking, like, who's buying that house? And I said, that's not their business. And she said, don't worry, Jen, it's not my story to tell. So I've always lived by that, especially since working in real estate. So I consider myself a vault. Nobody's going to know why you're moving, if you're getting divorced, who died, where you're going, what's happening. Sometimes people will get really nosy at open houses or showings and be like, why are the sellers selling? And I sometimes will just say, I didn't ask them that question. I'm just here to sell their house. So I did a little video at a final walkthrough about why I just really respect privacy. So not my story to tell. Last summer, Jay and I went mini golfing, which is not something that we usually do. I'm not a golfer, and I'm not particularly good at the miniature version of it. But it was hosted by my orthodontists, Dr. Canary and Dr. Rowe, and it was at Mulligan's Mini Golf. And it was really cool because you just showed up at whatever your tea time was. You signed up ahead of time. It was free. And then I met people before me and after me, or I didn't have to talk to anybody at all. And we just, we played a quick round of golf, and it was a hot day. They walked around passing out freezing cold waters, which was great. We got free ice cream at the end. So I thought, why don't I do this? This is fun. So I'm hosting my second ever client event. My first ever will happen again this year as maybe third, which was my Christmas photos, which I love doing. And people had so many, ooh, I'm hungry. Just heard my belly. So I'm hosting an event. It is on Thursday, August 6th at Mulligan's Mini Golf. I'll have a Google form for sign up, but you can text or call. You'll know you're eligible to participate if you have ever been a client of mine, you plan to ever be a client of mine, you plan to send somebody a referral, send somebody to me to work with, or you just recommend my business, or you support my business in any way. I'm asking people to limit their groups to 4 or less people, just to keep the tea times clean. So it's Thursday, August 6th, and my treat, you just have to sign up ahead of time. I think I put July 30th as the RSVP deadline. Resource stories. Okay, this is the time of year for pick your own. Lots of pick your own resources. Garden tours, I love that. Independence Day festivities. Ice cream for dinner, yes please. That's my granddaughter Nixie in there. And library book sales, I love those. I've got resource stories for year round, but this is the time of year that I post those particular stories. Popular story from last month was St. Anthony. St. Anthony, please come around. I've lost my, what did I lose this month? I don't know. I lose something every month, and it can't be found. So that was a popular story last month. Apparently people either appreciate, respect, and have benefited from St. Anthony helping them find lost things, or they were like, who is this St. Anthony and how can he help me? I talked about my Google reviews. Today is a beautiful day, and I am very happy to have gotten my newsletter out. Those of you who pay attention know it was supposed to come out yesterday, but I've just been swamped this week. So I have an open house today, and then I'm going to go meet a buyer in Phillipston, and then I'm going to come home to plant. Oh, shoot, that was the one of these things is not like the other. So I have 3 Power Wheels vehicles and a picture of some zinnias. Zinnias are among my favorite flowers, and I love to plant them in this big round area that I think looks like a lollipop garden, and I cannot find any zinnias anywhere. I have been to all the local places, but yesterday, after going to all the local places, the last place I went was the gardener's spot in Leominster, which I love. They also didn't have any zinnias. They may have some by the end of this week, and I'm going to do another round, but if you know where I can get zinnias today, I would love that. But this afternoon when I get home, instead of my lollipop garden in my circle, that's always the peony, that's always the zinnias, I bought a bunch of English lavender plants from the gardener's spot, and I'm going to drag my hammock over near there. And because my newsletter got out early, after I do my newsletter, after I do my open house, after I do my buyer visit, I am coming home to plant my lavender garden. So that concludes what I think I'm supposed to be publishing for my June 2026 free local and fun monthly newsletter. I'm sure I forgot something, but if I can help with anything, I work with sellers, I work with buyers, I work with referrals for people in other areas of Massachusetts, other states, other parts of the country, Canada, Belize, you name it. If there's a place in the world that you know someone who's looking to buy or sell, I would love a personal connection. The fact that I attract business rather than chase it gives me the flexibility to spend as much time as it takes to put together my newsletter, because that thing does not write itself. So if I can help with anything, my contact info is below. You can always call or text me at 978-870-9260, and all my contact info is below. Use the contact form at the bottom of my stories. Reach out if I can help with anything. Have a great day.